All right, welcome on in. How you guys doing? I am your boy Wrangler, and we're talking about this guy right above my head, Jabba the Hutt. We are going to do the Scoundrels Run 2 event. I made one a couple weeks ago, a video about this, and just with the basic Jabba requirements, even with Jabba at Relic 7 or Relic 8, I was still just getting destroyed. So I put out kind of a snarky video with like, yeah, it doesn't work this way. And it doesn't, but I figured it out. Let's get into gameplay. I'll show you what's going on. All right, so there we are, the Smugglers Run 2 event over there. And I'm going to show you the team, I'm going to show you the mods. We have Relic 8, we got the ultimate on Jabba, which is a big deal. We got Chrysanthemum up to Relic 7, which is also a big deal. Pretty much, I try to gold mod all my GLs. Might as well, right? Best characters in the game. So all gold modded up, he's at 553 speed and 215,000 health and protection, so pretty thick boy. Leia's Bush, I didn't remod her from what I normally use her in. As you can see, she's still got some purples on there, but still, she's pretty quick, 304. A lot of potency, so she lands all those thermals. That's really important for the Jabba team. Skifto, again, he's got my typical GAC mods on him, nothing crazy. 255 on speed. Really, that's about it. A little crit damage. He is a damage dealer on the team, so you don't want him to hit fairly hard, but, you know, whatever. And these are all the base relics that you need for the event. Relic 5 on these guys. Embo I have up at Relic 5. You only need him for Relic 3, I believe, for the event. But again, he's modded for damage and kind of slow at 243, but he does the job just fine there. And then here is the MVP, Chrysanthemum. I remodded him. I had him speed and potency for some reason. Remodeled him as a true tank for, 210 health and protection and 230 speed. Some potency on there so he can land his dismember attack. But nothing crazy, nothing you guys can't do. The big thing is if Chris survives this initial salvo, you win. That's all it took. So compared to what I had in the last video, I didn't have Jabba's ultimate and I had Chris at Relic 5 and I just didn't have him modded thick enough to survive this opening salvo. And then the team just kind of takes care of itself. So as we're going through over here, what you're seeing is we're passing turns over to Leia's Bush. She goes under stealth, so don't kill her. But she is really the damage over time dealer with all of these thermal detonators. Those stack up and these guys just start popping like popcorn. It reminds me of a Jawa versus Geo fight. Old school Geo counter, where you just land on enough thermals and then they take a turn and they kill themselves. And that's kind of how this team works. There you go. We just saw it right there. We did some damage, but then Range Trooper or whoever that was took a turn and the thermals popped. So as long as you can land these thermals with Leia's Bush and Jabba's second ability, second special, and then just kind of wait until you get to his ultimate move with the Rancor coming out of its cage, you kind of win. So we're just kind of wasting time right now. You do want to watch Chris's health and protection. So he taunts a lot, Chris does. So these Imperial troopers keep smacking him, and he can get kind of low. So his first special ability, the second of his 3, it kind of looks like Cara Dune's rifle attack. She runs forward and bop, 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 bop. But instead of just doing damage, Chris actually gains health and protection on that move. So whenever that move is up, use it. Keep him healthy, because again, as long as Chris is there, the rest of your team survives, and we're good. So we have one turn until we can get health and protection up. Jabba helps him a little bit too. There's a passive health and protection recovery built into this team. There we go. You pop those special attacks on Jabba's move, where Salacious Beak Crumb drops all those thermals, and that heals up your team too. So there is some built-in survivability here. We have a nice assist out of Leia's Bush. And now we're just down to Stormtrooper Commander and the Shore Trooper back there. I ran this a couple times. A 1-star the first time I beat it, and then a couple times getting 3 stars. And I like going after Range Trooper first, and then it doesn't really matter. Like, you can kind of pick your targets from there. A lot of times it's good to get rid of these guys because they keep taunting. But if Shore Trooper's the last one standing, then who cares, right? Because you're going to kill him anyway. Alright, so we're going to pass turn again. You can also save these moves, right, for the next round. I'm saving the Rancor to start off each phase. so I can just pick somebody and kill him. Remember, Jabba can ignore taunt, so it doesn't matter how many times these guys taunt. Jabba can go right around it, and you can eat whoever you want, which is awesome.
Hell yeah!
All right, so there goes Shore Trooper. Big hit from Lando here. There we go. And his thermals take care of him. So again, as long as you're landing thermals, you're doing good. So we've got a full team. We're full health and protection. We get damage immunity right off the bat. And there comes the Rancor. And he destroys Range Trooper. Again, I like going after him first. This particular battle, I went after Veers. But I have gone after Magma Trooper or Stark as well. Or not Stark. The guy in the corner. The Scout Trooper guy. You know, whoever you want, really. It doesn't really matter. As long as you take out that extra protection up that range gives, I think that's the way to go. It worked for me every single time. To be honest, I didn't try taking out anybody else first. I just went with range. I've seen other videos where they're taking out like General Veers first and leaving Range Trooper to do his thing. That's up to you. This worked for me at the mods that I have and the gear levels that I have, so I hope it works for you too. So we're down to 3. These guys have a ton of tenacity too. You almost never get the blind on Jabba's basic. So again, a high potency set on Leia's Bush, and I think you're going to do pretty well here. Again, I'm saving the ultimate. We're waiting until next round so we can just nuke somebody. These guys are a little annoying. They have a lot of health and protection recovery too, but you know, between Skifto and Embo, your 2 big damage dealers here, and then Leia laying out those big time thermals, you'll do okay. All right, Chris is taking a bunch of hits again. He's looking great. We are going to go right after Krennic this time. I've done it taking out Death Troopers too. That gets a little sketchy because Krennic can put out some big damage in this event. So, you know, you have to kind of clean off the healing immunity that Death Trooper puts out. It didn't really feel like that was an issue. I had more trouble when I left Krennic up and killed a Death Trooper with Jabba's ultimate, so I don't know. That could just be my runs, but that's what I saw. So again, we're going after Shore Trooper because he's taunting. Might as well. And as long we've got damage immunity up again, so Chris is going to taunt and take all this damage. Again, I think, again, the MVP of this event, even if you don't have the ultimate, which made things way easier, I can't even tell you. But if you don't have the ultimate, at least if you have a fit Chris, I think you have a chance. Because if he's taking all these hits, the rest of your team isn't. These guys are destroying themselves on thermals. We've got 1 Death Trooper left and 1 Shore Trooper. So these guys are going to bite the dust pretty quick. And this is a really nice 3-star run. Pretty much full health and protection. Embo gets a little low because his special deals protection damage. So he eats his own protection and health at some points. But there's ways to get that back. So now we've just got a lone Shore Trooper. Death Trooper's gone. Krennic's gone. This guy is just kind of hanging out in the wind. And we'll finish him off with the Rancor.
Hell yeah!
And that is your 3-star run. Relic 7 on Chrysanthemum. Relic 8 on Jabba with his ultimate. And you get all these juicy stuff. Which, as Zareth described in one of his videos, over a year is like 70 relic upgrades. Or not relic upgrades. 70 mod upgrades just by doing this event, you know, twice a month whenever it comes out. All right, that's all I got for you guys. I hope that was helpful. Like and subscribe. I will still be putting out videos on things that I find interesting, or if I can help out the community with little tips and tricks like this guy, I'll do that as well. Y'all be good out there, but not too good. Have a good time. We'll see you.